direct this to Tara first, okay? Then we're gonna switch up a little bit for Corey. What does decentering men look like to you?
Corey just said about self-development. And that is what decentering looks like for me, is focusing on self-development, self-awareness, self-reflection, self. That is what it indulge into, just centering yourself. I love how you said just being the main character, because life is a movie out here. And if you don't understand the power it is to be the director, to be the creator, to be the writer, then you're going to be the sidekick in other people's movie. And we don't want that. We don't want that, because then we're going to play victim. Then we're going to play the blame game. And it's truly for us to take true accountability on our own pathway in our own life and our own journey. So I think decentering just truly means taking accountability for yourself.
Okay. You care about men, right? You care about men. You want to acknowledge men versus now you're doing too much, sis.
Okay. You know that bar that I spit? When you just got dick on your brain, it just makes you go insane. You know, like that's that's just in your pineal gland. You know, and when that's on the mind, it makes you really lose your dimes. Like it just makes you operate from a place of scarcity, a place of lack as a woman, and you in competition with your sisters. You want to fight me over the dick, sis? You can have it. You can have it. I don't want no smoke. I don't want them problems. But I refuse to fight over some dick. That's just gonna give me a headache and some problems. You can have it. That's being a pick me to me. Like if you win the fight over the dick.
Okay.
They must have heard something. They must have heard some things in the streets about that one. You gotta fight over it.
Okay.
They trying to figure out what's going on.
In all fairness, Tara, okay. I hear you, but also, do you feel like you see it differently because you are a woman who doesn't have sex? So actually, can you shed light on that? Because some people might not be familiar with your journey. So talk a little bit about that so they get it.
Yes, I truly decentered sex from my life. So that's the true decenter. It's like the brain fuck, you know, when you do not operate from a place of hypersexuality. I'm not interested in hookup culture. I don't be on these dating apps. I am truly off the dating market. So I see dating differently. I see it as a game because we live in a dating market, and capitalism truly has made dating transactional. And I personally refuse to sell myself, especially to the highest bidder, just to exchange my body parts. And a lot of times, unfortunately, men look at us like cars, and the one that has the most high miles, your body count a little high, they look at you as not valuable, not as human. You're a sexual object. And I'm just saying what it is in these streets. So I truly been on this celibacy journey for 8 years now. I think it's a movement. I think it's a wave. A lot of people is interested in this path that I'm taking because it's truly like you're a unicorn in these streets when we live in a hypersexual culture, a hypersexual reality. Like I'm on Twitter and it's a speed dating competition. Like it's 50 girls versus one rapper, and they're trying to convince this rapper. Like this question just popped in her mind. Like, which one would you do? Like a sex position to me. Like you could have asked how his mind looking like, what that soul looking like, but your first thought is sex. And a lot of women think that they have to give sex to a man in order to be liked. And a lot of people think sex equates love, and I truly disagree.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I feel like it's those clips where it's like the white background and the women are like spinning around so they can see their body and stuff. I've seen that.
That is embarrassing. Those are pick-me's. Those are pick-me's.
Okay.
That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. At the end of the day, if you have not done the work within yourself, a relationship is going to feel like hard work. Oh, this is so hard. You're going to be triggered by your partner because relationships are just your mirrors. This person is mirroring you because it's really all about you. Okay? It's really all about you. This person is just in front of you, you know. So if you don't understand that, you're going to be pointing and just blaming them. You're just using them as an excuse to me. And a lot of people refuse to take accountability for their own actions. So I think a lot of people get into relationships just to blame the other person instead of doing the work on themselves.
You're old. I hope you change your mind. Your body will actually change your mind in your late 30s. Okay.
Oh my
I'll
God.
hold that real quick, because then someone else said, it was a comment about codependency. Let me go back to a lot of these. Here we go. So KJ also said codependency is healthy as it allows us to bond together. Relationships suffer so much today because we are so selfish and independent. How do you balance self-love and partnering? So I want you to answer the question about being old and stuff, but I do want us to talk about codependency, because I think that we've normalized codependency in relationships. And this is no shade to you, KJ. You know, we all learn it from each other. But I think this is why viewpoints like this are so hard to digest. The idea of being your own person aside from the man that you're dating, it seems offensive to people because it's the norm for women to be attached, or for you to be a unit and you lose your sense of identity.
Dang, KJ on my neck. Get on my neck, bro. Get on my neck.
I'll take care of you too.
So, for one, when it comes to getting old, I live in the present moment, baby. You feel me? All I got is here and now. And the truth only exists in the now. So I refuse to operate from a place of scarcity, predicting a bad future that ain't never gonna happen. Ain't never gonna happen. Okay, so a lot of people are predicting a bad future and willing to settle for anything and anyone that comes into their face. The first person that come in their face, they be like, let me grab you and let me stick beside you. Let me stick to you like glue. Don't go nowhere. Can't leave me. Let me put you in handcuffs because I'm not going to find another you around here. And I refuse to do that to anybody. I'm not that selfish to just get into a relationship having ownership on anybody. You feel me? I want someone to choose me every single day by their own free will, not by force. So I don't need to lock anybody down, put nobody in handcuffs in order to exist in this world. I don't need that type of external validation. I more so go with the flow of life, and I truly trust life, and I trust the universe, and I trust God. And God is truly my provider and my protector, and God got me. And since I operate from a state of abundance, I meet so many great people every single day. Look, I just met Corey today. This is a great brother. You feel me? This is how my life goes. So I truly receive love everywhere. And I think loneliness is a state of mind. You can be in hell or you can be in heaven, all in your state of mind. And I choose heaven every single day. I choose joy every single day. And I choose solitude every single day.
I can tell she answered that question a lot.
You're right. That's why I brought it up and I started laughing, because they say that all the time.
Yes, that question a whole lot.
Speaking from my perspective, my father was in my life, my provider and my protector. So I had a great balance with my mother and my father in my life. And I feel like I have no internal voids, but also with this inner child healing, now I have compassion with my parents. I don't think that they are superhuman. All they did was have sex and poof, I'm here. You feel me? So understand they didn't do nothing spectacular. You know, they are human just like us, and they have inner child within them. And a lot of times our parents, if they didn't spiritually develop, emotionally develop, they can just be pouring their inner child onto us, and we're just helping them heal theirs. You know, a lot of parents unconsciously had us. They didn't really understand the magnitude of having children, the duty it is. It's more than just giving us shelter. It's more than that. You have to be emotionally there for us, spiritually there, financially, everything. And if they are missing errors in life, we just have to give them compassion because they truly didn't know. They were ignorant on the topic. And a lot of people are ignorant when it comes to having kids.
Yeah, they was flying a plane while building it. Some of them gave up on flying it.
Girl, let me tell you what overperforming is.
Hello.
Because the beauty standard right now is just unrealistic to women. You got women getting surgery to get a butt that they just gonna sit on. That's overperforming to me. That is just really a cry for help to me. And a lot of times when you're overperforming, it seems like you begging. It seems like you have secret motives, like Corey says. And most people that are overperforming is really manipulating. And they're trying to get a certain end result from a person. And then you get mad when this person go off script, because you got a whole script, you got a whole idea in your head how a person got to act and receive you. And as soon as they reject you, now you in a state of depression or anxiety because of this external result that you thought you was about to have from another person.
Those impacts are.
To me personally, I feel like when women act like a damsel in distress on purpose, she's just setting herself up for someone to save her. And you really want somebody to save you from yourself. You really want somebody to save you from your own boredom. You really want somebody to entertain you. And when you are operating from that place of lostness, of confusion, it shows the desperation to me, honestly, because you should not think in your right mind as a woman that you should not work. Like, you think you acting like somebody's supposed to take care of you, you a princess, and you supposed to get your bills paid for by somebody else, and you think that is the way of life. Like, a lot of women equate a soft life with having a man pay their bills.
Come on
and
now.
Then,
Yes.
and then on top of that, you still honestly working for this man, but you don't think that's working, but you still doing physical labor because you getting on your hands and knees. You're getting on your hands and knees and wiping the floor. So understand, like, what you're really asking for when you operate in that type of place of someone supposed to rescue you from yourself. You have to be your own knight in shining armor. You have to be your own superhero saving yourself, because when you operate from a place of wholeness, I think it's a lot of pressure lifted off of everybody. Now people are not going to feel like you're just using and abusing them because for your own personal gain. But ain't no way in hell that you think as a woman that you're just supposed to be in a fantasy land, romanticism, as we say. No, baby, no. We live in capitalism. You got to get your own bread. You got to get your own money. Your ancestors wanted you to have your own money. So let's wake up here and let's stop living in a fantasy land. You know, I would first tell her, good job, sweetheart. You're doing amazing. You know, you're doing amazing. You know, I'm so proud of me. You know, I'm about to have my Snoop Dogg moment. I'm just so proud of me, because it takes a lot to really not live in the matrix, be in this world but not of this world, and truly not worship romance, worshiping sex, and allowing God to be the leader in my life. I'm not putting anybody on a pedestal. I am understanding that we are all humans. So why should I attach myself to an imperfect human when we all just trying to figure this life out? And the best way I did for me is truly just taking time to abstain. And by abstaining from my flesh allows me to broaden my whole mindset overall. And I'm just so thankful that I have chosen solitude. And like, it was so hard because I had to fight my own demons. Like, I had to really dissect my own brain because I was so brainwashed. Like, we are really brainwashed. And if we don't question why we want to get married, why we want to have kids, why we want to be in a relationship in the first place, you are going to follow the script of society that's going to lead you in depression for most people. Capitalism, honestly, has set this thing up where we spend money for approval of others and for external validation. Dating is a whole hot commodity for capitalism overall. So understand that we live in a capitalistic society and they want you to live in a fantasy land. Like, they want you to live in romanticism because it's showing you are dependent on other people to make you happy. And once you really find inner joy, inner fulfillment, you can truly exist in this world and truly be yourself. It's so much power in yourself. It's so much power not attaching yourself to these labels, not playing a role for anybody, and not auditioning. And you got to just accept me for who I am or just leave me be, baby, because I'm going to be good regardless.
There you go.